If you're thinking about moving to Houston or living in the Houston area, I have to tell you, I love it here. I really do. Houston is amazing. The food's amazing. The people are amazing. There's always something going on. And there's so many great neighborhoods and suburbs depending on the kind of life you want. But living in Houston is kind of like dating someone with a really fun personality. Super exciting, a lot of love, but every now and then you're also like, wow, you're a lot. Because yes, Houston is incredible, but there are some things about actually living here that people need to think about before they move here. The stuff nobody really explains well enough, the stuff that affects your commute, your bills, your mom life, your allergies, your hair, and your sanity. The city will give you sunshine, storms, traffic, construction, pollen, and tacos, sometimes all in the same day. So in this video, I'm sharing 10 more things you need to know before living and moving to Houston or any of the surrounding areas. The real life version, the not so glamorous version, the stuff you'll be glad somebody told you ahead of time. Hey y'all, I'm Jamie with the Graves Realty Group at Epic Realty right here in Houston. My team and I help people relocate to this area and the surrounding areas, and we help them figure out which communities actually fit their lifestyle, budget, and commute. So if you're moving here, comment below and tell me where you're moving from. All right, let's get into it. Let's talk about allergies. Allergies here in Texas. This one got me when I moved from Alaska to the East Coast and then all the way down here to the South. Allergies were not something I really dealt with before. Now I take Zyrtec every single day. Every day, that was a huge adjustment for me. And it wasn't just the allergies either. Coming from the north, I'd never really dealt with fleas or ticks or anything like that. So moving down here, that whole side of life was shocking to me. Between the pollen, the mold, the humidity, and the things blooming all the time, and the weather constantly changing, allergies here are a real thing. And I'm not kidding when I say it changed my routine. I literally keep a roll of toilet paper in my car everywhere I go because you never know when you're going to need it. That's how real it is. You think you're fine, and then all of a sudden your nose is running, your eyes are acting up, and you're digging through your car trying to find something. So now I'm prepared. I've got Zyrtec, eye drops, I've got the tissues, I've got the toilet paper in my car. This is one of those things I never would have imagined needing when I lived further north. So if you are moving here from somewhere else, allergies have never really been your thing. Just know that Houston may introduce you to a whole new lifestyle. The next thing are the bugs. Let's just get right into it. Bugs in Houston are bold. We've got cockroaches, ants, spiders, and mosquito. They're everywhere. And if you're moving from somewhere cooler, this may be one of the biggest shocks because they come out more here. You see them everywhere and you deal with them more here. That was a major adjustment for me as well. You start realizing pretty quickly that pest control is not some extra thing down here. It's just part of life. And the thing is, it's not just that there are bugs, it's that they actually show up in places you weren't expecting. Garage, patio, around the yard, around the entry, sometimes in the house. And after a while, you stop acting personally offended every time you see one and you just start managing it. But when you first move here, oh yeah, it's definitely gets your attention. So yes, Houston is beautiful, it's green, and there's lush landscaping, and yes, the bugs love that too. Number 3 is the traffic. Traffic can absolutely wreck your whole day. Everybody says in Houston traffic is bad, and that's true, but what people don't explain well enough is how much it can affect your actual life. One little accident, one stretch of construction, one lane closure, and now your day looks completely different. That's why I use the Waze app every single time I go anywhere in Houston, no matter where I'm going, even if I know the route. Because I've been there 100 times, even if it would be a simple drive, I still use the Waze app because construction could be going on, traffic could be backing up, and you could get detoured really fast. And this is what I personally do all the time. I plan my route before I leave, I map out where I'm going, and then I let Waze help me detour around any construction or traffic I might run into. I do not just hop in the car and hope for the best. Not in Houston, because the route you thought made sense at home can be completely different once you get on the road. So one of my biggest Houston tips is use the Waze app and budget your time accordingly, because Houston traffic is not something to play around with. Number 4 is construction. Construction is constant. The city is growing, the suburbs are growing, the surrounding areas are growing, and that means construction is everywhere. Roads getting widened, neighborhoods are being built, traffic patterns change all the time, detours are popping up, and while growth is a good thing, it also means your normal route can change when you least expect it. This is another reason I live by Waze, because you can think you know exactly how long something should take, and Houston says, actually no. And if you're a busy mom or you're trying to set get to appointments on time or pick kids up or squeeze errands in your day, this really matters a lot because construction doesn't just slow down traffic, it can completely throw off your rhythm for the day. So if you're moving here, understand that construction is just part of living in a fast-growing city. Next up is the weather. The weather here in the Houston area is completely unpredictable. Now moms, this one is for us. Houston weather is all over the place. You can leave the house with your hair done, nicely curled, feeling cute, feeling confident. Next thing you know, your hair is up and the whole look has been canceled. That is Houston. I've learned that layering is everything here. I keep light jackets all the time because Texas is one of those places where it can be 50 degrees in the morning, raining in the afternoon, and hot later in the day. Like actually hot in the 90s or 100. So I keep a larger wardrobe because I like options, but honestly, you need them here. If you want layers, you want light jackets, you want clothes you can peel off as the day changes because the weather here doesn't care what your plans were. You may wake up and think it's a cool weather outfit day, and by the afternoon, you're questioning all your choices. That part is very real. All right, number 6 is mom life. Mom life here takes a little adjusting to. This is one of those things that sounds small until you're living it. Chapstick melts, water bottles get hot in the car, anything meltable, perishable, or questionable left in the car for too long can turn into a mess. And when you've got kids, that matters. You start planning differently. For me, I keep a roll of toilet paper in the car. Sunscreen is important. And if I know we're going to be out for the day, I like to keep a small lunchbox with snacks and water bottles because if you leave water bottles in the car too long, they get extremely hot. And if you have kids and you're out running errands, going to activities, or just trying to make it through the day without buying food every 5 seconds, those little things matter. You start thinking differently about what stays in the car, what you need with you, and how long you're going to be out. That's one of those everyday adjustments people don't talk about enough, but once you live here, you'll definitely notice it. If you're planning to move to Houston and you want help figuring out which areas fit your budget, commute, lifestyle, make sure you grab my relocation guide down in the description. I put that together to make your move a whole lot easier. And if this channel is helping you, subscribe to my channel. I make videos every week about moving to Houston, living in Houston, Houston suburbs, and what it's really like to buy a home here. All right, let's keep going. Number 7, it really rains. Houston rain is not a cute little passing shower. When it rains here, it comes down hard, and that can be completely upsetting and change your day. Your commute changes, your errands change, your plans change, and that's part of why drainage and flood conversations matter so much here. Because rain in Houston is not just background weather, it affects real life. If you're new here, this can be one of the things that catches you off guard. You think, oh, it's just raining. No, sometimes in Houston, rain is the event. And that's why where you live matters. How your area drains matter, and understanding Houston weather matters. Number 8, utility bills. They can really surprise you fast. Houston can look affordable when you're house hunting, and in some ways it is. But what people don't always think about is what it costs to actually live in the home every month, because once you've got heat, humidity, your AC running hard, and a bigger house to cool, utility bills can get your attention quickly, especially in the summer. That's one of the reasons I always tell buyers not to just look at the price of the house, look at the monthly reality, because the monthly reality is what you actually live with. It's one thing to love the square footage, it's another thing to pay all those bills to cool all of it off. Not every part of Houston feels this way, but you got to keep that in mind. Number 9, not every part of Houston feels the same. It's huge. People say I'm moving to Houston like Houston is one big experience. It's not even close. The Heights feels different than Katy. Katy feels different than Pearland. Pearland feels different than Cypress, where it's wooded and trees. Sugarland feels different than Kingwood. Every area of Houston has a different vibe, a different pace, a different commute, and really a different lifestyle. That's why I always tell people you are not just picking a house here, you're picking how you want to live. And the right area makes all the difference, because you can have a beautiful house, but if the commute is wrong, the location is wrong, or the lifestyle is wrong for you, it's not gonna feel great anyways. So give that some thought. Number 10, if you plan ahead, Houston can be an amazing place to live. After all of that, let me say this clearly, Houston is still an amazing place to live. There's so much opportunity here, amazing food, great people, diversity, strong communities, so many different neighborhoods and suburb options, but Houston is one of those places where planning matters. The people who love it here the most are usually the ones who really thought through their commute, their budget, the weather, their lifestyle and what they wanted day-to-day life to look like. And when you do that, Houston can be such a great fit. All right, those are 10 more things you need to know before moving to Houston, Texas. If you're planning a move and you want help figuring out which areas make most sense for your lifestyle, budget, and commute, reach out to me. My team and I help people relocate to Houston and the surrounding areas all the time, and we would really love to help you make the right move. Be sure to grab my relocation guide below, subscribe to the channel, and comment below and tell me this. What do you think would be the biggest adjustment for you if you had to move to Houston? All right, I'll see you in the next video.